You right everyone, Dan Central here, and welcome to another pickup segment of this video. Literally, this has just arrived, just as I was getting ready to go out to teach and go to work. I've got like literally 3 minutes till I need to leave the house, so I'm not late. So I've got to do this like really quickly, but I thought I'd do it because no one's in the house, and by the time I get back from work, people will be. So really quickly, so that I'm not late for work, which I won't be, because I'm going to do this speedy. I'm just going to show you guys what's in this parcel. There we go. Just as I open it and it falls out the bag, so I've got a, what's that? The Photo Expert bag is a Philips CDI controller. So I've been wanting one of these for a few days because my other one stopped working. Well, it's temperamental. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The wire had started to fray on this end because I've been wrapping it around a lot. So I'm just going to try and now keep this one, rather than wrapping it around the controller, I'm trying to just keep the wire together in a different sort of an alternative way. So yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people don't really rate the Philips CDI, and I do, you know, I do understand there are a lot of rubbish games on there, but there are a few hidden gems, so I might just do it like that. That way it won't be, the wire won't be damaged. So yeah, Philips CDI controller. I ordered a Master System converter so I can play Master System games in my Mega Drive. That has actually arrived, but they tried to order it, they tried to deliver it yesterday, sorry, and I wasn't in because I was out at work. And rather than leaving it with a neighbour, this time round they decided that they would just send it back to the post office, and I had to wait until, you know, the next day in order to collect it. So I'll have to go and collect that later, and I'll have to show that later on as well when I get a chance. So yeah, Philips CDI controller, I can now continue to play my games, all good stuff. Thanks a lot guys, I'm going to shoot off, I'll see you soon. Alright everyone, Dan Central back again for another segment of this video. So it's been packaged quite well, to be honest. Okay. And there we go. Wow, I've never actually held one of these before. Oh wow, so I did mention this in another video actually. But there you go. There's the Mega Drive Master System Converter number 2, the one that actually works in a Model 2. And finally guys, you would have seen as well in the title below that it says something like the biggest bargain I've had today, or the best bargain ever, something like that, whether I happen to have called it after I recorded this. Basically, in my film soundtrack collection, I don't know if you saw that, I know it doesn't appeal to everybody because, you know, there's a lot more gamers on my channel than maybe film soundtrack fans. But in case you didn't see it, because I thought by putting it in this video, hopefully a lot more people will see it, sort of tagging it on the end. I got a huge bargain, and I'm just so chuffed about this, and I was so shocked when it first happened. Basically, long story short, I'm a massive fan of film music. And for me, a lot of it, when I look at the back of a DVD in the shop, see if I want to buy the film, sometimes who composed the music, if it's one of my favourite composers, that can actually cause me to buy it over the storyline and the actual plot and who's in it sometimes. So yeah, some of you might think that's a bit random, but you know, if I know the music's going to be good, then hopefully it will then, you know, carry the narrative and the film through, and that'll be a good film as well. Hopefully, it doesn't always mean that's the case, but hopefully it is a lot of the time. So anyway, a set of films that I used to watch when I was growing up that I absolutely adored was Homeward Bound, about two dogs and a cat that get lost and they have to find their way home. So there's two films that were out, Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey and Homeward Bound to Lost in San Francisco. Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future, Secret of My Success, Teen Wolf, Family Ties, etc. He voiced one of the dogs in the film, Chance. So basically, one of my mates was selling a load of his film soundtracks because he had so many he didn't know what to do with them all, so he wanted to sell them off. Now I already knew that whatever film soundtracks that I bought from him, I'd be saving money because he only wanted to sell them to me for £5 each. And now I knew even like from there, whatever I bought off him, I was going to be saving money because a lot of soundtracks will go for, you know, anything from 10 quid to at least, you know, 40, 50 quid, depending on how rare they are and stuff. So I knew anyway I'd be saving money. Now basically he had the soundtrack to the first Homeward Bound film, which is here, okay? And it's in absolutely amazing condition. He's really looked after it. He's had it years and years, but just didn't want it anymore. And he has really, really, really looked after it. And you know, I can't fault it in any way, shape or form. It just looks absolutely fantastic. So I bought it off him, and I was really, really chuffed with it. All right. I then went, because he didn't have this to sell. I then went on Amazon myself and bought the sequel, Homeward Bound 2: Lost in San Francisco. Again, fantastic condition. Really, really chuffed with it. Okay, now I bought this for a £5 on Amazon. There was a copy on there that was a bit more expensive, but this already said it was in good condition, so I thought I'll chance it. And turns out actually it's in really good condition, so I'm really, really pleased with what I paid for that. Okay, and then my mate sold that to me for a £5 as well. Now, this generally goes, this second one, for about £15 roughly. So I saved again roughly about a tenner there on that one. So that's really good in itself anyway. Not absolutely amazing, but fantastic. So I've already saved quite a bit of money anyway. This one, however, I just thought, you know, just out of interest, I'll put it into eBay and see how much it's worth. When I looked anyway, not a single copy could I find anywhere on eBay, not one. It kept bringing up, you know, the film itself and the sequel film and soundtrack, but not the first film soundtrack. Couldn't find it anywhere. At least when I looked, I couldn't. So I thought, okay, well, I'll jump on Amazon and I'll have a look on there then. So I jumped on Amazon, put this in, 4 copies came up, right? The cheapest one that's on there, which I believe is because it's not in amazing condition, still was £95. Can you believe that? £95. And then if you wanted a better condition one, which would probably be like this, to be fair, £105, even, was it 108, something like that? 105 to 108 pounds, something like that. And I paid a £5 for it. So I basically saved about £100. This soundtrack goes for about 105 to £8 in good condition. And if you want it in a bit lesser good condition, you're still paying 95 for it. So I was like, you can imagine, I was just lost for words. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So the great thing is that if I bought that one off my mate for a £5 and then tried to get that one, I would have had to spend an extra £100. But because I had that one from him for a £5, by then just getting the second one off my own back, it only cost me a £5, another £5. So I basically now got sort of 105 to 108 pounds worth of soundtrack in my hands for a £5. That is a bargain. That's the best bargain I've ever had. You know, I know a lot of people out there talk about bargains and how much they've saved on games and stuff, but for me, that is an epic bargain. I am so chuffed with that. So if you didn't see that in my film soundtrack collection, I just thought I'd mention it again because maybe more of you have watched this video because it's about predominantly gaming. So massive bargain, guys. 105 to 108 pounds this is going for at the minute, and I only paid a £5 for it. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Fantastic. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Really, really do appreciate it. Honestly, guys, I'm so chuffed with my pickups. I know it's all been kind of Sonic related kind of thing, apart from the last bargain. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm so chuffed. Honestly, guys, check out Galaxy Sega. It's absolutely brilliant. It's such a great group. The guys in there are absolutely brilliant, and they monitor it so well. And the guy that runs it, Ryan, is the top guy. So guys, check it out. Check out Mark's channel, Handheld Retro again, and yeah, if you're interested in Sega stuff, request to join the group, and just be genuine though, guys. Please be genuine. Don't be one of those guys that just, you know, messes stuff up, and you know, what's the point? What's the point? Life's too short, you know, to be like, if you're gonna be like that, don't bother. Don't bother, honestly, you know, it's just a waste of time. It really is a waste of time. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll speak to some of you guys very soon in another video. See you soon.